So I think, as you have asked that because of your exam, I think we may keep it as short as possible.
Excuse me, sir.
Hi, yes.
The today's session will be around 30 minutes, right? You said last week.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay, so 30 minutes means your working time will be 30 minutes. So maybe if that is why I requested people to join in time so that I did not have to wait and repeat the same thing. So, but still I find that, okay, everybody has not joined. So let us just wait for a couple of minutes. I think, I hope. And in the meantime, I do not know whether you do that. If you wish, you can download the data sheet for 74181. Have you used this IC earlier?
So is it ALU?
It is ALU, but have you used this in any of the experiments so far?
No, sir.
Okay, so today we will just study the 74181. We will not analyze or do anything beyond that, so that you can just take some observation, keep them on your copy, and maybe you can submit also. And later on, I think maybe next week or sometimes else, I think we can analyze that. So today you need not have to analyze.
Sir, will there be any submission today? Like, do
Yes,
you have to make some?
yes.
But last week you said that you will give an entire week. I will just give you the theory. You can submit
Yes,
during
sir.
the holidays.
Yes, so you said like.
No, but then I think I can give you that one, but I do not want to really spoil your holidays. So let the holiday be tension free. You just submit some observations which can be taken in 20-30 minutes, and then the rest of the thing you can submit later on. You need not have to carry during holiday.
Sir, we are okay with the deadline
Yes, sir, we are
being
okay
in the
with
holiday.
doing in the
Problem,
holidays.
like if the deadline is after the holiday or something like, because tomorrow is the exam.
Tomorrow we have to. Some of us have two exams.
But then, do you want me to discuss a full experiment, and then you would like to do that during the holiday?
Ideally,
No,
what we
sir.
thought that like you will take a 30-minute session, and according to that, we have to make a circuit which you have to submit during holidays. This is what we thought when you
Yes,
said
sir.
that last week.
So if I reduce that, do you feel any problem? I do not know. I'm not getting the point actually.
So basically,
tomorrow. That's why.
so like whatever your original plan was for today, go with that, but just keep the deadline not today.
No, there is no.
So like keep the submission deadline in the holidays, but just go on with whatever you plan to do for today, like the 30-minute session and the
No, I
small
thought that okay.
circuit.
By 30 minutes you will be submitting, and you forget about that. So you don't want to do that, right?
So, like, what will be the total time for today's session? What is your plan?
10 minutes plus 30 minutes.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can explain in full 40 minutes the next one, and I believe that you'll be having many doubts. So it may extend beyond 1 hour, just the discussion plus that submission headache during holidays. So I think let me begin, because otherwise I think it will be unnecessarily delayed. So those who are joining late, I think they can. So today, even you did not have to download the data sheet. I wrote data paths. So forget about that. I believe all of you can run the simulator, because last time you have done the experiment. So today's experiment is about a 4-bit ALU. It is actually your second experiment. We are postponing that experiment till this time so that you can complete it very quickly, and you know also the motivation about that. So ALU, I believe you know the full form, right? If I wait so much just for your one word, then it will take time. So just quickly understand.
Arithmetic logic unit.
Arithmetic logic unit. So a 74181, it's a 4-bit ALU. That means it can handle 4-bit operands, and it can work on some arithmetic operations as well as some logic operations. So arithmetical operations, can you give me some example? What are the arithmetic operations?
Addition, subtraction.
Addition, subtraction. It is basically doing only these two. It is not a very improved one. And any logical expressions? Any? I mean, what do you mean by logical operations, just like arithmetic, you said addition, subtraction. What would
Like
you-
comparison and those things, equality check.
and anything else?
Bitwise NAND, NOR, and all these.
So all these Boolean logical operations like and, or, etc. And it can do also something a little bit, I mean, looking into the manual, it seems to be a little peculiar. So I'm not asking today to download the data sheet, but later on, you may need to check with its data sheet, 74181 data sheet. So today, you can just open the simulator, find out that ALU by number. So what is that called? Digital by number. So then you will find that it is having, I'm very quickly saying, just like your 7483, it will be having two set of 4-bit operands. I may call it A and B. And don't get bothered if you find that, okay, some of them are having a bubble on that, indicating that active load. Need not have to bother right now. And the output, I think in different manual, you may find it differently. Most probably in the simulator, they are calling it F, the functional output F, and which particular operation you will be carrying out, whether it is arithmetic operation, whether it is logical operation. To define that, there are basically 5 lines. 4 of them they are calling select lines S, and 1 extra line they are calling it M. They are calling it mode line. Okay. So the output, I think there are few more outputs. I'm not actually asking you to check any of these, but probably whether carry look ahead has been discussed in your theory class.
What?
Carry look ahead addition. Which is a
Yeah.
addition technique.
Yeah,
Carry
it
look
has
ahead.
been.
Okay, so there are actually some outputs called G and P. Probably you know about the terminologies in a carry look ahead.
Yeah.
Generate and propagate. So some such outputs are there, but right now, once again, you need not have to bother about them. We will not use it. There is one logical output called that A equals B, that whenever they are equal, then this line will get activated. So today, you need not have to really work with that. Only thing is that what kind of arithmetic and logical operation it is capable of doing. So we will just study that rather than just looking into those G, P, and A equal to B. So primary functional output, that is 4-bit output, it is having a carry. Okay, so it is having a carry, but anyway, carry is active low. But right now, as I said, that you may not have to think about much about that. So suppose I'm calling it carry in, I'm calling it carry out. Maybe in your simulator, probably it is calling, I don't remember, CN, CN plus 4, something like that. Okay, so from the nomenclature, you will be able to find out which one is input, which one is output. So here, as we used to do, generally you can put a logical element for, a logical display, that is which looks like an LED. So how do you test one line of bit, whether it is becoming 0 or 1? When you
Logic display.
So a logic display is just like a lamp, right? So earlier also with 7483 carry out probably you have used. And suppose this 4-bit you need to test, that what is the output? How do you test it? That what are the 4 bits?
You can connect it either to like a 7-segment display.
So you may connect a 7-segment display, or there is one display called hex display directly. I think you may not have anything like that commercially available at this moment. So it will simply show that A, B, something like this, if the value is 1010. So even you can use that one for checking for today's experiment only, I am saying. So today's experiment is just to check about what are the various things an ALU can do. And for that purpose, you need to assign 2 different operands and check for these various input combinations, that what it can do. So typically they will say that, okay, M, that is the so-called mode control, it will decide whether whether you are doing a arithmetic operation or a logical operation. Okay, so an arithmetic operation requires, so let me ask you, when I talk about arithmetic operations and logical operations, in which case do you think this carry in and carry out, they will participate? And suppose I say that in one case will participate. So certainly, so here also you will find that when the mode control is such that 74181, this is that 74181, you are asking it to do some sort of logical operation, then you are not really getting any change of the output if carrying changes. So that is, I think, understandable, right? That, why that
Sir?
is happening. Yes.
So why not we use in logical operations also? Like can't it be the 3 operands in logical operation?
No, generally we'll find, suppose I want a bit by bit ORing. Okay, suppose I have got 2 4-bit operands. So I want, say, bit by bit ORing, ANDing, XORing, or whatever. So there is no dependence between various bits, right? It is just, that is why it is called bitwise operation. So in that case, you may not be able to fit the carry directly over there. So in logical operation, you will find that the carry in, because carry is primarily for arithmetic operation, right? Particularly in addition, it is occurring, and in subtraction, it can substitute as a borrow. So carry doesn't have any meaning as such in a Boolean logic. So particularly those logical operations like AND OR, you won't find anything. So here, for m equal to m is mode control. So if mode control is high, so let me say it is 1 or high anyway. So if mode control is 1, then it is doing logic functions. Now when mode control is 0, suppose mode control is 0, let me write it like this: mode is 1 and mode is 0. So when mode is 1, it doesn't depend on carry, and when mode is 0, at that time you find that, okay, depending on the carry, so suppose that C in, it is basically C in bar. Okay, so C in bar can have 2 different values. So when there is a carry, then what will be the condition of that carry? Will it be high or will it be low? What do you feel?
It will be low.
Low.
It will be low when there is a carry, right?
Yes.
So maybe you can put it on this side, that, okay, when carry is low, that means there is a carry, because this is bar, and C in high means because it is active low, there is no carry. So basically you will be having 3 different tables for the same operand if you just operate on this M and C. Suppose there are 2 switches. If you connect this to logical high, you know about logical switch, right? So you can have a logical switch over here, and you can connect mode switch like this. Carry in also you can have to a logical high or logical low. So now today you will be just taking 2 operands A, B, and how many different operations you can select using 4 bit of select lines?
2 4 to the power 4.
Yes,
16.
16. Okay, so select lines, maybe in your simulator probably they will be called S2, S1, S0, something like that. So for 16 operations, what are the output you are getting? Okay, so that you need to check up. So for just if I write 1 up to 0, 0, 0, 1 and so on. So
what will be the inputs?
I'm just taking, and then maybe last one I can say, suppose 1, 1, 1, 1. So as we have mentioned that when this mode is 1, that means basically it's a logic operation. So whatever be the value of the carry, it won't change the output. But while mode is 0, that is so-called arithmetic mode, then we'll find that depending on C in value, it may change. Now, what will be the value of your A and B? Okay, so A, so please listen carefully. A is last non-zero digit of your roll number. So is there any confusion about this statement?
No.
If your roll number is 25, last digit is 5. If your roll number is 20, last non-zero digit is 2. Okay, so A is last non-zero digit of your roll number. B, you choose randomly anything other than 0, because otherwise the results will become trivial. You won't be able to find the difference other than 0. So all zeros, and 0, 0, 0, 1. So 0 and 1 both you avoid, because otherwise adding 1 and then with the carry, you may not be able to find out the difference, that okay, whether it is happening because of carry or because of this operand. So other than 0 and 1, so this is important. B you are choosing other than 0 and 1, but in that case you need to make another column where that for this selection what you are choosing as your B. Okay. So finally, it may look like, so just let me draw the table once again very quickly.
Sir,
Sir, can you go to the last page just for a second?
Yes, yes.
Just a minute.
I'm drawing the same thing actually. I'm going to draw because the
Yeah.
table will be
can-
slightly modified.
sir.
Yes.
So like for checking the output, that is F, sir, instead of connecting like a hex keypad, I can directly connect 4 logic displays to the output switch also, right? By the
Sure. I personally find that okay. I mean, mentally, I feel more comfortable with hex keypad, but be a little careful that when you are connecting. So that is true for even hex display also. That you are connecting from. I mean, you are looking from the MSB to LSB when you are writing a 4-bit code. That from, because for arithmetic operation they matter, for logical operation they may not matter, but for arithmetic operation, if you just mix up LSB side and MSB side, there will be incorrect results. So just check that. So the table that you need to finally draw would look something like this, that what are the values of the select line S3, S2, S1, S0. So there will be 16 such possibilities. And for each of them, you are selecting a different operand value B. Okay, so second operand B, whatever we are choosing, you are inserting that column in between. So for any particular combination of A's, suppose for 0, 0, 0, 0, you may choose some pattern of B. Suppose you have chosen B as 0, 1, 1, 1. Or I mean, this has to be random. So all of you must not choose the same thing. So then you are taking mode value equal to, do you remember what I said for logical operation, mode is 1 or 0?
0.
No, for logic operation,
1.
Okay, but I think right now you may not have to, you can just check that which one is not sensitive to the carry. Okay, so if you are having in doubt, suppose if I have written it mistakenly, then you can verify and correct me by saying that no, I find that when n equal to 0 at that time it is insensitive to carry. Okay, so you need not have to believe always my words. Because without that manual I am writing from the memory. So here Cn bar, as we have mentioned, that in one case it will be high, in the other case, so the bar the way I'm writing is becoming invisible almost. So anyway, doesn't matter if you have written 0 first and 1 first, doesn't matter. So here for each of these select combinations, which I think you may take up in natural number sequence, so 0 to 15, for all of them, you will be having different values of B, which you are choosing at random. Okay, and remember 2 conditions while choosing B. So choose randomly. I'm writing again just to emphasize. Choose randomly other than 0, I'm writing full 4 zeros, or 0, 0, 0, 1. So avoid these 2 combinations, all zeros, sorry, not all 0, all zeros, or 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Yes.
So like since B is also a 4-bit number and we are already excluding 2 numbers from it, like the B can also have only 16 possible combinations, right? So like
14 combinations right now. Okay,
yeah,
so if you choose that random out of these 16, it should not follow a pattern. That's all. That suppose you are taking 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, or you have taken all 7. That should not happen. Random means as far as possible you can randomize that. Okay, particularly the subsequent one should not be similar. Moreover, I may not find a specific pattern. That okay, if I go through, let us say, just for 2 or 3 such values, then I can predict the next one that okay, what you have taken. That should not happen. So while choosing randomly, please check that okay, it is not 0 or 1. I think the reason is understandable, that otherwise your output will become so trivial. Later on you will be finding difficult in interpreting them. And A value, once again, maybe A value, do you remember what? So A value you need to write here, because while checking the answer sheet, otherwise once again I need to go back to your roll number and so on. So A, you write down what is the 4-bit value. Okay. So yeah, and this is the last digit of your roll number. Last digit of roll number. We have made the condition that it has to be non-zero. So I may say that last non-zero digit. Mathematically, maybe we can define it more rigorously, but I think since you understood, I am not dragging it further. So that is the part. And now it is up to you. How do you configure the 74181? And you can reuse, just like your last week's experiment, you can reuse any of your earlier design if you wish. For example, that 7483 you must have used for single digit calculator. So if you wish that, okay, I will just set there that rather than plus and minus, I will give all 16 possible combinations and check. If you wish, you can do that as long as you are not making any mistake in entering into the table. So, or if you wish that, okay, let me keep so simple that here I will just put a hex keypad, I will put another hex keypad here, I will put some logic switches, I will put, as you have said, 4 or 5 lamps or a hex display, or even your earlier 7447 and 7-segment display, that will also do. So whatever you feel, you are free to choose that. And just a suggestion, I think you may take it, you may not take it. I personally find it that, okay, rather than changing the C1 switch every time, it is better that, okay, I keep C1 switch either to 1 or 0 and fill up this table once for a particular, for different select lines. So because selection line, once again, if it is connected to a hex keypad or something, changing that one is very easy. Okay, so I quickly change them. I note down all the 16 entries in the column, then I go for the next one. And sometimes you find that, okay, you can verify also, because you know the difference in the result if the carry is high and carry is low. Okay, there should be a difference of 1 in some cases. In some cases there may not be a difference of 1 also. It actually depends on the arithmetic operation. And just let me tell you, if you find for some reason that these two are not matching, because you expect that, okay, if carry is high, maybe the result is 1 more than that. It may happen, may not happen. So don't get bothered right now. We can check out later on that, okay, what is really happening. Okay. So, but in most of the cases, you will find, okay, that thing may happen. So is the problem statement clear to you, or anything else?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, why are we writing C in bar?
Because it is unlike 74. You remember the 4-bit adders that you have used?
Yes, sir.
So what is that number? Chip number?
7483.
7483. So in 7483, there were similar 4-bit operand A, 4-bit operand B. There is a carry in and there is a carry out, right? Do you remember? Who was asking the question?
Manoj.
Okay. So, there are 4 bits. So there what was happening? Suppose I apply you 0 here, I apply you 0 here. So what is the expected output? Some output?
0, right?
0 if carry in is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
If carry in is 0, I would get a sum of 0. If carry in is 1, I would get a sum of 1. Here for 74181, you will find it opposite. That when carry in is 0, at that time the output is 1. When carry in is 1, output is 0. So basically it interprets the carry in input in a active low fashion. That
Sir,
if
but
it is low,
active high, sir.
Huh?
In the IC, it is active high. CN.
In which IC?
181, sir. 74181.
183 or 181?
181.
No, 181, I think we are not analyzing it today because then it will take time. So because he's asking that why I am writing C inverse, so I am just explaining it quickly. Okay. Similarly, C out also.
We have to use 181 or 183?
181.
Okay, sir.
So in 181, CN is actually active high and the A, B and F are active low. That is, they are bubbled.
So I think that much analysis we will do later on, because then it will take time. You know about positive logic and negative logic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that is why I am saying that, okay, today just fill up the table. If you try to analyze, it will take some additional time, which I do not, I'm not asking you to spend today itself. If you are free and do something, want to spend some time, then it is fine. But otherwise, most of you are saying that you are having exam. So I'm just saying that, okay, fill up the table. In the next class, we will. So if you feel that, okay, it is active low and the other one is active high, then what will happen? In this case, this side will be one more, this side will be one less, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So just check up. As an observation, just check up. It doesn't matter if you feel on this side 0, this side 1. Later on, we can interpret. So for the this one, the conditions that I have mentioned is that choose B randomly so that you do not find any specific pattern in that, and A should be the last non-zero digit of your roll number. Now, whatever way you feel, you need to give 4 inputs to this pin. So if they are active low and the output is also active low, maybe the output will be different than you are expecting right now. Okay, but right now I'm not asking you to analyze. So even C in whether it is active low or C out is active high, you need not have to think of that one. So just apply the input and see that, okay, what is happening. Okay, so since you have yes.
So like for giving C in bar equal to 1, like we should set the C in of the IC to high, right? Yeah.
Come once again.
Sir, for like when you will be filling the column under C in bar equal to 1, at that time the C in of the IC will be high, right?
Right. That pin I am calling C in bar. So
Okay,
because the simulator is not showing the pin number directly, you can turn it on, but by default it is not showing. Otherwise, I should have shown that pin number, that okay, this pin you apply high. But in this case, I am certainly not meaning that okay, you apply low to carry input, something like that. This is the pin which is available for C in, whether you call it C in or C in bar, doesn't matter. So that particular pin you are making high or low.
And sir, in circuit maker, sir, in the IC it is like they have like C in and C in plus 4, like for
So right. So this is C in, the C out is C in plus 4. The nomenclature is slightly different there, I guess. Okay, so any other query, any other things? So I have completed within 30 minutes. I believe you will be also able to submit by 30 minutes. So I will just circulate the form link if you. Yes.
So what we have to submit?
Just this table, filled up table. So draw a. So today you will be having 2 spaces for uploading. One for the circuit. That will be very simple anyway. And the primary thing is this observation table. So draw this table as I have already drawn, just like that, and fill up. So basically, how many? 16 plus 16, 32, and this 16, if you add, it will be 48 entries. Okay, so initially you may take a little time, then you find that 3 entries probably you are completing in a minute or so, including the noting time, etc. And uploading time, if I consider to be 5-6 minutes, then it will not be more than half an hour.
Sir, so when's the submission deadline?
Submission deadline, I think that as I said that it is half an hour, so you take 1 hour, 1.5 hour, whatever time. Like 5 o'clock, if you submit, you are free.
Keep it tomorrow midnight.
No, not at all. Then I think you may not submit.
Like,
what will do next 1 hour?
So like, can you at least keep us like within today's lab, like scheduled lab time, like
Yes,
within
sir.
5?
That is what I am saying, that within 5 o'clock, you can finish and submit. I'm not extending it beyond that.
Sir, also here A and B are active low. So should
Don't
we
bother about active low, think about just the pins.
Okay,
What
sir.
you are applying at the pin A, pin set B, pin set C. You forget about this bubble also right now.
Okay, sir.
Or whether I'm writing C in bar. So you think about only the pins. So whatever you are applying at the pin, you are just noting down that value. It is not that, okay, you are applying 1 and you are writing a 0 over here, thinking that, okay, because it's C in bar is written. Okay, so whatever you are applying at the pin, just note down that one, that value.
And sir, for noting the output, you have to note the C out also, right? Value of C out.
Yes, C out, but whatever you are actually getting, whether it is active low, active high, forget about that.
Okay, sir.
And that is what I am not insisting also to download the datasheet at this moment, because then there could be many confusions. It is written in the form of negative logic. So then once again, you need to think of what is negative logic, because in negative logic, you remember AND gate becomes OR. You remember that by any
Yes,
chance?
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Right. So here I'm particularly giving you this one because from the truth table, it is very easy that without even doing the experiment, someone may write down that, okay, this is expected. So let me not complete the experiment. Just looking at the datasheet, I can write down.
Sir, one more thing.
Huh.
The A and B in 74181 are active low, like the inputs.
Okay.
So if we are supposed to enter say, my second last positive, like my first positive digit in the roll number from the right is 7. So if I am supposed to enter 7, I have to enter 7's one complement, right?
No. That is what I am saying. Forget about the chip.
Okay.
Forget about active low, active high. That it is having pins. Okay. So just so I have not shown. I initially said that okay, there are bubbles. Don't get disturbed with that. So I am showing everything without bubble. This is C in. This is your B. This is your A. This is your C out. Okay, so you are applying only 0 and 1. So this side it will be M, mode value 0, 1, whatever, 1, 0. For C in also you are giving 1 and 0. So whatever you are applying, you are just writing that.
Okay.
Okay. So whether there are bubbles in that schematic or not, I mean in that icon or not, so you disregard all this. So final output will be showing C out as well as A. Okay. So wherever C out is 1, yes.
So we can make the table digitally, right? We don't have to hand draw that table.
Pardon me?
So can we make the table in Word and then convert to PDF and send you? Instead of hand drawing the whole table. That
No, do a hand drawing, because otherwise from that Word copying becomes very easy, and sending also will become very easy. So at least if someone wants to copy someone else's stuff, let him or her draw at least the table rather than just sending the file. Okay, so.
So can you just show the table once again? Just.
Yes, sure.
And sir, for a clarification, like if you want to like enter a 1 in A, then like we have to give it input as 0001, right? We don't have to bother about whether it is active low, as you said.
No. Suppose there is no such word active high, active low in the dictionary. Think about that one. You know only 0 and 1, whatever you are applying.
So also the Cn will be like here the notation is Cn, right? In the simulator. So it's mentioned Cn and Cn plus 4. So basically Cn will be Cn and C out will be Cn plus 4, right?
Right.
Okay.
And here also in the table, it doesn't matter. If you feel uncomfortable, you may write the first one with that C in as 0 and C in as 1 over here. Doesn't matter. Or even M equal to 0 on the other side.
Sir, if M is equal to 1, then the value of Cn doesn't matter.
If
M is equal to 1.
That you can verify. I might have written it incorrectly also. Suppose if you find that, okay, I have interpreted it incorrectly, then you may correct me also. Okay, so please verify that one.
Write about C out.
C out at the present moment, I am not asking you to write. Okay, if you wish, you can note down in a different color. That is important though, but I think right now I am not insisting on checking that one.
And sir, for noting the output, we need to like note the bits value only, right? Like F0,
Not
F1.
the bits, not the hex code, but the full bits, 4 bits value.
Okay, sir, the bits, right?
Right, so you can use a lamp as well, or that hex display, whichever you feel comfortable.
Okay.
So, so one more thing, like here you're mentioning like Cn bar is equal to 1. So basically, if we apply Cn is equal to 1 in the simulator, so where we are supposed to write the answer?
You probably didn't hear my last sentence. I said in the dictionary, assume there is no such word called active low, active high. Whatever you are applying, you are noting that, and whatever you are getting, you are noting that.
Okay.
Yeah. We will do that after your vacation. Okay, all this analysis, etc.
Sir, and F0, F1, we don't have to note those.
That is the output you are noting. No?
Oh.
Here, you are basically whatever this 4-bit code you are noting, that is nothing but the output at F3, F2, F1, F0.
Okay.
So this one, as I have said, that these 4 bits, you can connect either a hex display like this, or directly the lamp, whichever you feel comfortable. I personally feel comfortable more with hex display.
Oh yeah. S is the selector iterate. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. S is the selection for, I mean, whatever operation you want to carry out.
So let's say if you don't even doubt, can you leave the meeting?
Yes. I think maybe in 5 minutes time, I will just quickly review the form and then send it to you.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, I had a personal request.
Yeah.
Sir, like my laptop had a display malfunction, so like the bottom part is kind of unresponsive, so I won't be able to work on it. So if it's okay, can I submit this to you like later on via email or something when it gets working?
If there is any problem, then I mean,
if required, I can like write a mail to you as well if it's.
But I mean, what is the problem? Can you just share the screen and show me?
I can't. I'm on my tab. I'm not on my laptop.
Okay, fine. So that means you are not being able to running the simulator at all, right?
No, like I can see only half of the screen, so I can't see the bottom part.
Then I do not know whether by some means it is possible.
I can, but it's very difficult. It is very difficult.
Okay. No, for such cases, certainly I think we extend that date. So in that case, maybe 2 experiments you have to carry out simultaneously next time.
No, like if my screen gets fixed within the weekend, I'll just whenever it gets fixed, I'll send you the readings and all.
Okay. Okay, so then I think it is already 37 minutes. So anyway, you can work for another 30 minutes and complete the experiments, and then so you remember you need to upload 2 things. One is that scanned table of observation, and another is the circuit through which you have observed. Okay.
So the deadline is 5 p.m., right?
I mean, if you think about a deadline, I believe that people will be submitting maybe by 3:30 or so. If you think about a deadline, maybe 5 o'clock. I will, what do you call that? Close that form by 5 o'clock. But if, for example, as Amit Akshay has said that, okay, there is some issue. So once you mail me with some problem, then I think I can open that one for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes.
There is another F in here. What is it? I mean, in 811, there is another F without F0, F1, F2, F3, and there is other F in here.
Your voice is not coming clear. Can you tell a little bit slowly?
Yes, sir. There is one more pin with F on it. What is it?
One more pin with
F written on it. Only F. Yeah, including F0, F1, F2, F3. There is another F pin.
Can you share your screen?
That's P, sir. Not F.
That
is P, sir.
Oh, sorry, sir.
That is that I mentioned that generate and propagate. That is the output pin.
Okay, sir.
Or carry look ahead operation. So
we don't have to use that generate and second pin for the
output. No.
Yes.
So can we leave, like if you have no room?
You're working with the simulator?
Yes.
So, okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, can you show your first page once again, please?
First page, is it different from this one? This one?
Yes, sir, just a moment. Thank you, sir.
Which information actually you are, because here the information might be partial.
So the first diagram A, B, and S.
Oh, okay. There is a question Shivam is asking, do we have to keep all other pins open or high? So all the input pins need to be connected. So that means A, B, S and mode as well as C in. The other 4 pins, that is if they are output pins, you need to observe them as well as the carry output pin. The other pins like G, P, A equal to B, they are also output pins. So do not connect them anywhere. You are not using it. Input pins need to be connected to either ground or power supply. But if it is output pin, if you connect somewhere, then there could be a contention because the output may change depending on your input operands. For example, if A equals B, then that particular line will become high. If you grounded it, then there will be contention, a switch, something like a short circuit current will flow. And maybe in simulator it will not get burned, but in reality it will get. So output pins, if we do not use, we generally use to keep that open. Whereas the input pins, if not used, we tie depending on the situation, either to a ground line or to a power supply. Okay, so finish it off by maybe half an hour, 1 hour, I mean, whatever time you feel is required for it, and then go for your exam preparation.
So we can take the select input as hex keypad, right?
Everything, A, B, if you wish.
Okay, sir.
So then we have to connect the the last 4 least significant bits to the
No, I'm saying hex keypad, not ASCII keypad.
So then ASCII keypad can also use, right?
ASCII keypad will also be okay. Just you need to be a little careful, particularly when you work beyond 9, when you like to give the hex A, B, C, D, E, F. Then if you press capital A, B, C, D, E, F or small a, B, C, D, E, F in ASCII keypad, it will not give the required 4-bit pattern. So if you have already seen that what are the things, I don't remember, some less than, colon, greater than, equal to, question